or the biggest conversion, and maybe 22. Holy. Good player. So hello gamers, and welcome to I think the 4th episode of the new gun series. This is a series where I look at guns that were completely changed, and today we're looking at the kriss Vector. The K7 also got a change, and if you guys want me to make a video on that change, let's go for 1,000 likes and I'll do that. And when I make that video, I will be comparing the kriss Vector 9mm conversion with the K7 because they are pretty similar. But yeah, let's start it off with the regular kriss Vector, and what has been changed? The only change here is that the minimum damage of the Vector with the default ammo has been reduced by 1. So now it does 35 to 17 instead of 35 to 18. Now this seems like a small change, and it kind of is, but on the 9mm it's a pretty big difference. But let's talk about the normal kriss Vector first. The only difference you'll really be seeing is that sometimes you won't be able to 5-hit on weaker players, because with 5 hits you're going to do like 5 less damage overall, which can be kind of annoying because you might get like 99 assist counts, a little bit more, but it shouldn't be a big deal. The gun is still going to be crazy even with 45 and even at range, because the recoil is still really low. For a 45 ACP gun with 1200 RPM, this is crazy. The other downside you might experience is a little bit of a reduction in 3-hit kill range, 4-hit kill range, and 5-hit kill range, because since it's dropping to a lower number, it's going to drop a little bit faster. The 3-hit kill range will be negligible, but the 4-hit kill range and 5-hit kill range might be a little bit more apparent. You're not going to be able to 5-hit kill or 4-hit kill quite as far as you used to. But overall, this change is not really necessarily to nerf the regular gun. It's actually to nerf the 9mm conversion, which is a lot of a bigger difference, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. Where is this guy? And the K7 got a very similar change to 9mm, which I want to talk about, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to save that for a different video. So 1,000 likes on this, and I will talk about the K7. And when I do my K7 video, I will be talking about which one is better. A lot of people don't realize this, but the 9mm Vector and the K7 are actually really similar. They have similar RPM, similar magazine capacity, similar damage, and everything like that. They actually have exactly the same damage, but we'll talk about it in that video. So 1,000 likes, please. I want to talk about that, but I don't want to do it in this video because I'm talking about just the Vector in this, and I'll talk about the K7. But yeah, this Vector, it's still crazy good. From using it so far, I'm not really noticing a difference. It should be so negligible with this conversion that's not going to be a big deal. And overall, I'm not noticing a big difference. Maybe I'm 6-hitting when I should have been 5-hitting before, but I really can't tell. And I wonder what the headshot damage is now. When I die, I'll look that up. This change is actually bigger than I thought, because with 18 damage, it does 25 about at range, which means you can 4-hit kill to the head at all ranges, which is really nice, right? But with 17, it only does about 23 at range to the head, which means you can no longer 4-hit kill head, which means if you spray a guy to the head, you're not going to kill him as easily, which is kind of annoying. A 5-hit kill, even with all headshots, is like, ooh, that's kind of annoying, dude. Imagine if you hit 4 headshots in a row at range with this gun and still didn't get a kill. Like, that would be crazy. Well, now you can, so that is a pretty big difference, I guess. Getting on to some of the other attachments. First off, I think 22 lost 1 min. It does 25 to 12. I thought it did 25 to 13. I don't really use Vector 22, but I guess I can. For this video, I guess I'll talk about it. This actually 2 hits to the head and 4 hits to the body and does like no damage at range. It also has like no recoil at all. Like, look at this recoil, dude. It's like nothing, but only 10 rounds. I think it used to do 13 at range. If it got changed, this is a big change to this as well. That means it does 24 min headshot damage, which means you can no longer 4-hit head, which was kind of the upside of this, is that when you hit headshots, it would do like decent damage, because otherwise it does like 25 and then 12 at range, and I think it did 13. So this is kind of a huge nerf to 22 LR as well, which 22 wasn't really that good before, so that kind of sucks. I hope they didn't change that, but it kind of seems like they did, because basically all the conversions like this lost 1 minimum damage, because you can't 4-hit head anymore at range. Come on, man. This is like a 9-hit to the limbs. It should be able to at least like 4-hit head. The GB22 does like 15 damage, but headshot kills, like, but this can't even 4-hit head. It has to take half of its mag, and nearly an entire mag to the body. Like I didn't really see people using this before, and now it's just even worse, man. Like, it's funny, but it's not that good. I really hope this didn't get changed, but I kind of feel like it did. Ooh. Overall, 22 wasn't that good to begin with. Like, it's fun to use, but it's not super good. So I really do hope it didn't actually get changed, but I feel like it did. A small nerf to the default ammo, which is going to be annoying in some cases, especially with headshots at range. But here's the big one, which is the 9mm conversion, which used to do 30 to 17, but now it does 30 to 16. This might seem like, oh, it's about the same as the normal ammo, right? Well, the thing about 16 damage that makes it suck is that it now 7-hit kills to the body at range, which if you don't know, like, basically no guns do that. It is very rare to see a gun that doesn't just like suck, or is like a 22 7-hitting at range. I feel like the Rama might even be a 7-hit at range, and everyone knows the Rama, it's like the gun that's supposed to do 1 damage, but now this is actually like Rama hits to kill, which is just crazy. The thing about 9mm before is it did 30 to 17, made your muzzle velocity slower, your max damage range a little bit better, but your min damage range a little bit worse, and made you 4-hit up close. So now it's a 4 to a 7-hit, which is very bad. Like, the P90 has better hits to kill than this thing, and better damage ranges, and higher velocity, and more pen, but I guess like a lot less RPM, which is like the big thing for this because, you know, it shoots fast. That's the thing about it. 7 hit at range is going to be annoying, especially at 95 studs. Like, that's not that far at all. But in CQC, this is still going to be great. I don't see this being bad ever. It's impossible for this to be bad within like about 90 or 85 studs because the hits to kill are the same. But after that, 7 hits, bro. Like, that's just crazy. The reason for this is, and I guess I'll spoil it for the K7 video, the K7 got the same thing. It got 16 min, which means the K7 is also a 7 hit at range, but it does have like better damage ranges and stuff. So I will be talking about that in my K7 video. And yeah, I mean, like, oh my gosh, that was such a good flick. To be fair, this has 1200 RPM, a 33 round mag, a ton of reserve, very, very low recoil, and fast handling and everything. Like, 9mm was super good. The reason I don't use 9mm anymore is because I like the 3 hit up close more, and I could deal with the recoil of the gun, but I guess I could see it getting a nerf. Like, the normal vector, it kind of needed a little bit of a change because if 9mm didn't lower your minimum damage, like, that would be really dumb. Like, it just wouldn't make a lot of sense. So they made it 35 to 17 versus 30 to 16, which is fine because 6 hit at range is going to be nice on the 45 ACP vector. But if you want lower recoil, a bigger mag, more reserve, and stuff like that, then this is still going to be pretty viable. And it does 22.4 headshot damage, which means you're going to have to hit a lot of headshots to get this thing to even a 6 hit, and maybe even a 5 hit is going to be like, you're going to have to hit only headshots to 5 hit, I think. Or maybe you can get one body shot, but the rest have to be headshots. I think this is the biggest gun that's going to suffer from this, or the biggest conversion, and maybe 22, holy. But the bigger mag is still nice. I still prefer 45 ACP vector, but this is still gonna be okay. Good play, but not quite as good. I'm still liking it, still doing pretty well. Let's use remove stock, and to be fair, this is a CQC map, which is why I'm doing so well. Oh my gosh, I'm able to actually like hit flicks with this one more. Oh man, I'm on track to hit like a 90 kill game probably with this, because I have 30 kills in the first 5 minutes, which is pretty nice. A nice upside of 9mm is of course the bigger mag, but also the lower recoil allows you to run remove stock and actually do all right. Like, the recoil is still higher than it would be without using remove stock, but it's still pretty good. Yeah, I'm vibing with this, honestly. I don't even really like 9mm, but this is doing pretty well. Oh my. So I guess if you're running only in CQC, of course, you're not going to have a big problem with this being a 7 hit at range, but the fact that I could basically use this as like a DMR before, I think that was the problem. The problem was like a 6 hit at range, 1200 RPM, super fast, and the fact that you had like 9 more rounds than the default gun made this a little bit too strong. And if they're going to nerf the K7, they're going to have to nerf this one because the 9mm vector is basically the K7. Very similar. Also, if you're watching this far, comment like, I don't know, the Forged is the best gun in the video game known as Phantom Forces. Comment exactly that, like nothing else. But maybe make a separate comment letting me know what gun I should use next, because there's a lot of changed guns. I could do the Rex, the PPK-12. What else got changed? I don't know. The Red Hawk 44. A lot of guns. Okay, that was a spawn and a half, bro. Yeah, my game just completely crashed. That was super weird. Anyways, wow, I'm back in the same lobby. What the heck? Well, there goes my like 50 kill game, bro. Feels bad. What is that guy doing there? Oh yeah, the recoil pattern of the 45 ACP 1200 RPM gun. I spawned in and went 4-1. I should probably just end the video here. Overall, the 9mm conversion is still kind of eh. Personally, I don't use it, but overall, I'd probably say 9mm is still really good. Just don't use it past a certain range, basically. You can't really use it as like a DMR anymore. And 22 LR might have taken a hit if they actually did the change that I think they did. But the default gun is still pretty much as good as it used to be. In very specific scenarios, it's not going to be quite as good, but it won't be a big deal. So yeah, overall, I'd say this is a pretty needed change, especially with the K7 change, which I'll talk about in a different video. But yeah, anyways, I'd still use the gun. I'd still use 9mm. I'd probably still pre-buy because it's so much fun to use. And 22 LR is probably still like good as a meme. It was never really super good anyways, but the default gun still shreds, bro. I joined and already went 16-4. Anyways, that's going to be the video for today. K7 video, make sure to like and comment what other guns I should make videos on. Your choices are like the K7, the Rex, the Red Hawk, the PPK-12 conversion, and if there's any other guns that I'm missing here that actually got changed or buffed or nerfed, let me know in the comments, but I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.